Alright, so here we have the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Space Armor Leonardo. Now, we're actually given a new display of box art right here. You can see the Dimension X logo branded right here below the Turtles one. And you can see Leonardo sporting his space armor right here on the side. He actually looks like he's really enjoying himself. The action figure is displayed prominently right here on the front, as always. And you can see the nice little advertisement they added right down here saying that the armor is completely removable. So that's actually a nice feature. It would have been kind of a disappointment if this stuff wasn't able to be taken off. The back of the box is your pretty standard fare. You have Leonardo right here on the front from the show, along with his bio, his ninja weapon, and his team allegiance. See some of the other figures that are going to be coming out on the line. I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting the other three turtles just yet. Leonardo's my favorite, so that's why I picked him first. You can see some of the other characters that are going to be coming out on the line with the good guys, and the bad guys. We're going to be getting the Mutant Shredder, Lord Dread, and General Mozart, or just Mozart in this case. I'm really going to be keeping my eye out for him because it's going to be kind of nice to have another Triceraton in my collection. Those ones that I really enjoyed from the early 80s toys and onward, so yeah, I'm going to be keeping an eye out for him. Anyways, without anything else to say, let's actually open this guy up. Alright, so here we have Leonardo out of the box. Now I'm going to start off by saying that there's some things I really like about this guy and some things that are a little bit of a disappointment. I'm going to start off by talking about the positives first. I'm really digging this pearl white armor that these guys have. It displays very nicely against any black background that you might have, and the white seems to complement the green skin and blue armor and bandanas of these guys very well. Now they did come out with a metallic armored versions of these guys, where I think it's a blue armor and blue paint scheme, and everything is just this nice radiant metallic look to them. I think it's a box set Target exclusive. I could have picked those guys up, but sadly, the metallic armor doesn't really excite me as it used to back when I was a kid. A long time ago, I picked up the metallic armored Iron Man characters from Toy Biz in the early 90s. And yeah, they were impressive back then, but over time, playing with these guys and just moving them around, the metallic paint chipped off or faded or got little scratches, and it just didn't look as impressive later on. So I much prefer the white plastic of these guys. And also, the armor doesn't really seem to hinder too much of the movement. You still got the standard shoulder articulation, knee bend right here, wrist swivel, hip rotation or hip swivel and rotation, knee bend. It's pretty much your standard, all the standard articulation that you get with the battle shell guys. As a matter of fact, you can see the little hinge right here where you would actually open up the battle shell for these guys. If you can get the belt off as well, you would be able to see that the mold for those for where you could stick all the weapons is still there. I've seen some guys actually pry the belt off and open it up just so you could see, but you can see right here that there's a little bit of a screw right in there, so it kind of makes it hard to get the belts off, especially on mine. Now the other thing I like about the armor too is, I'm just going to pop this right off right here. It has a little bit of a flex to it. It's not this super rigid plastic. I've seen some other armored figures in the past, not with the Ninja Turtles line, mind you, where the armor is so rigid that you feel like if you just tweak it just the wrong way, it's going to snap and break apart. It's just completely brittle. And then I've seen the other opposite end of the spectrum, where the armor is so rubbery that it doesn't really want to stay on. I've seen that with the Transformers Shockwave, or Transformers Prime Shockwave. It's just so rubbery, it's kind of hard to want to stick to the actual guy. So I think they got a really nice blend of plastic, especially with the armor for these guys. Now let me get to the disappointing things. First off, I'm going to start off by there's no space boot armor right here. If you've seen if you've seen these guys in the show, you know that the armor actually includes these little boots that go on over their feet. So that would have been that's something I really kind of wanted, just to complete the overall look from head to toe, as it were. Now the other thing too is the little hand guards right here make it kind of hard to hold some of the weapons. I mean, yeah, you can get the weapons kind of in there, but you can see that they're just wanting to barely stay on there. They might pop off very easily. The other thing, and I know this doesn't really make sense considering that these are supposed to be energy weapons that just fold up and don't take up as much room as his standard swords, but I would have liked a place to actually sheath his swords in the back, or maybe on the side, kind of how you did with the wood ninja armor. I've never collected those guys either, but the Leonardo that had the swords where you could put them in the side, that would have been something that's kind of nice too. For right now, you just have to have their weapons displayed in their hands at all times, or just kind of have them off to the side. Now here's another good thing is the plastic of the weapons is a little bit flexible too. Now I'm not going to say a lot, but just enough. I remember seeing the Transformers animated RC's weapons. She had these clear plastic swords as well. those are really rigid, and that's something else that I was afraid is going to break over time. But this just seems just to have a little bit of give to it, so you can actually kind of get it into his hands. I will say though, I'm a little worried that it's going to break right here at the sword or right here at the handle. Those seems to be the parts that are the thinnest. Now, as I said before, the armor is completely removable. You can actually you need to actually move the helmet up like this. You can see there's a little bit of a ridge right here at the bottom of the helmet, so that's what actually locks it onto Leonardo's head. But just pop that off, and then there you go. Actually, the helmets kind of remind me of the helmets from Aliens too, just that big bulbous ball right there. Anyways, you can take the forearm armor off, take his sword off right here, take his little knuckle pads right off right here. Now, there's something with mine is there's a little bit of extra plastic right here on the molding of his hand that makes it hard to get this one on and off. I don't know if that's just mine or it's kind of along with all the other turtles or just the Leonardo figures. I might need to take a little bit of a knife and trim that down just a bit. You can take his thigh guards off right here, and there you have Leonardo with his just standard battle shell Leonardo with the space armor belt on. Still, yeah, you can't get that off. Just, yeah, get his swords back in here. Yeah, he holds his swords just a little bit better without those parts right on there. Anyways, this has been a look at space armor Leonardo, and I must say that I really enjoy this guy, and I think I'm gonna have to pick up his three brothers to go just to complete the whole set and the overall look of these guys. Anyways, till next time. Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, please help me out by sharing, liking, or even subscribing. Comments and advice are also appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future.